During an SAP ERP transformation, it's imperative to bring business and IT together so that processes can be designed in close collaboration and smoothly and effectively migrated to SAP S/4HANA. SAP Solution Manager, SOLMAN for short, is the ITIL-like tool for SAP and is used to manage business processes along the application lifecycle. To be able to execute the transformation faster and with better results, a user-friendly platform must be used to align on process definition and enable collaboration between business and IT users. A single source of business process truth. This is where SAP Signavio can help. The focus of this demo will be on the integration between SAP Signavio and SAP Solution Manager and the process information that is exchanged between the two platforms to enable a smooth and effective SAP S/4HANA transformation. This is the SAP Signavio Collaboration Hub, an organization's single source of truth for all things process. Here, all users can consume and collaborate on process. Let's jump into the Signavio dictionary to have a closer look at the process step and executable library that we have imported from SAP Solution Manager. The connection between Signavio and SOLMAN is easily configured in SAP Signavio Process Manager. Once set up, the content can be imported and exported between the two platforms. When opening an entry in the process step library, we can see the links to Solution Manager are present, as well as the linkages to an executable and an overview of processes where the step is used. All entries in the dictionary can now be used when modeling processes across Signavio. The SAP Best Practice Process Hierarchy has also been imported from SOLMAN and can act as a reference for creating the to-be implemented processes. These processes are simple and are built up using the imported process steps and are linked to the executables. Now let's see how we can use the SOLMAN content we've imported into SAP Signavio to create and update processes to enable the collaboration between business and IT users in a single view. In this example, we'll leverage a simplified accounts payable process. The best practice accounts payable process has been imported from SOLMAN and is available to view in SAP Signavio Collaboration Hub. As you can see, the notation is very basic. It doesn't represent the true process flow. It is simply the string of process steps from the best practice library. However, we can see that the executables or transactions are already linked. If you click on an activity in the process, the side panel appears, in which you can see the process step name and the transactions or executables that are linked to the process step. This is the information that we have imported from Solution Manager using the connector and is now dynamically stored in the Signavio dictionary. This is symbolized by the pink book icon. However, under relevant documents, there's also a direct link to Solution Manager. This quick link can be useful when defining the to-be process later on. The real, current, as-is process can be modeled in SAP Signavio Process Manager. This is typically done by process analysts. They define the process in collaboration with business users and the process owners. These processes consider the tasks that are to be completed by certain roles, decisions that are to be taken, and the data and systems that are to be used. Across Process Manager and the Collaboration Hub, the different users are able to seamlessly communicate and collaborate using the commenting feature. They can easily make recommendations, tag other users, and trigger change requests. This helps to leverage the wisdom of the crowd from across your organization all in one place, making collaboration effective and transparent. We can now compare the best practice model with the design model to understand if there are any commonalities by using the diagram comparison view. At first sight, there's clearly no resemblance between the best practice model and the as-is modeled process. However, we are able to match certain activities to each other, though they are differently named. As an example, the process step Create Incoming Invoice is similar to the step Record Invoice and can possibly be reused. To update the process, we can jump into the editor to make our changes. We can now enhance the model with relevant SAP-related information. Here we have the updated process. The names of the first two steps have been changed to correspond with the best practice, and the relationship with the SAP application for various steps has also been made, as you can see here from the SAP IT system. This indicates the application is supporting or executing these process steps. We already identified that the record invoice step is similar to create incoming invoice from the best practice process. We can therefore change the name of the process step by typing the new name of the process step, create incoming invoice. The Signavio dictionary is automatically queried, and then once we select the entry, the connection to the process step library is made. This process step is now reused in the process model, and now the links to Solman are available in the process diagram alongside the linked executable. Another change we can make is to the step check invoice with PO. From the best practice model, we can see that the step review and release for payments is similar. In this case, we don't want to rename the step, but we do want to add the related executable. In the editor, we go to the step and add the executable MRBR to the attribute. The next step in our process is identify discrepancies. In the current process, there's no support from an SAP application for this step, although there could be business requirements defined by the process analyst to support the task with an application feature. Based on this requirement, we change the SAP attribute to indicate custom development is necessary. Here you can see we have the custom development attributes and we can set them as we like. We can continue with the remaining process steps in a similar way. We review each activity and then add the relevant information and linkage to the SAP process steps and executables. This will then be the final process model where business and IT users have collaborated to define the optimal process solution. And when the process is ready, an approval workflow in Signavio can be used to obtain the correct sign-off of the process by business and IT stakeholders. The final step is to export the process to Solution Manager, where it can be used to configure and develop the application. To do this, we need to go to SAP Signavio Process Manager to trigger the export. Select the folder that holds the exported processes, and then select Export to SAP Solution Manager from the menu. Run the export and validate it as successful. Let's now have a look at how the processes are imported to Solman. The process will be imported to the design branch of the Solman instance as configured. In Solution Manager, the complete path or hierarchy of the process has been included. Drilling down on the path will lead to the imported process steps, and data that are part of the process model, such as the description and other key attributes. Taking a closer look at the Create Incoming Invoice step shows that the attributes related to development have been exported, and also the link to the executable is present from the list of elements belonging to the process step. With all this information now in Solution Manager, it's available to reuse in both SAP as well as in Signavio. With this solution, business and IT users can work closely together to define processes as part of an ERP transformation program and enrich the defined process models with SAP best practices, standard process steps, and executables. SAP Signavio is the single source of truth for process models and related data, and can be leveraged when enabling end users to drive continuous improvement.